Well, hi YouTubers. Okay, it is a stifling hot day. Honestly, it's so overcast. Honestly, it's hot but overcast. Looking at the sun, I'm thinking, are you going to rain or not? Please just rain. I haven't seen rain in weeks. Okay, so, book time. Physics are 100 books. And it is... My name is Leon. My name is Leon by Kit de Waal, which is part of the Kingston University's my alumni. Kind of like a big read they have each year. So this was actually free in the uni, and yeah, here we go. This was actually last terms because terms broke up now. So okay, so here we the blurb on the back. It's 1981, a year of riots and royal weddings. Dukes of Hazzard is on TV. Curly Whalers are in the shops, and trying to find a place in it all is 9-year-old Leon. He and his little brother Jack have gone to live with Maureen. They've lost one home, but have they found another? Maureen feeds and looks after them. She has wild red hair and utters swear words under her breath, which she thinks they can't hear. She claims everything will be okay, but will they ever see their mother again? Who are the couple who secretly visit Jake? Between the street violence and the street parties, Leon must find a way to reunite his family. This book is so good. Now, there's a thing I've noticed. Obviously, yeah, fine, okay. I've got a BA, I've got an MA. I'm working class. Now, it's quite funny how chatting to my it's going my first time when I was in Winchester University or King Alfred's. Well, I was chatting to my housemate about universities and the class system, okay, because she had no idea, okay, absolutely no idea. And I said to her, listen, okay, in your class, you're upper class. In your class, you are the norm. I'm the exception. Working class people don't go to university. Well, I didn't back in the 90s. Out of all my group of friends, I'm the only one. In my entire family, I am the only one. Okay, well, no, a few follow me now. But I was the first. I was the first to do a BA, first to do an MA. And my family is huge. We go as far as college and then go straight into the workforce. We don't go to uni. So, and obviously when I was at uni, I had to work 40 hours a week to actually afford the damn thing. So the whole university experience of hedonism and stupidity, I never even got a chance to do that. And then obviously with my masters, I went down to working 4 days a week, but that was the thing. Thing is, when it comes to working class writers are rare. Working class writers are rare, okay, because you need connections and you need money and you need a room of one's own, okay. And when you got to work, it's hard to fit that in, okay. You finish working, you're knackered, you feel like you need to write something. It's exhausting. So anyway. Class system and writing, you know. But thing is though, when upper class writers, okay, or middle class writers, write about working class people, of which I'm one of them, they go into, horrible stereotypes. Our dialect is more like how I'm talking to you now, okay. This is a West London accent, okay. No, it's more like top of the morning to you, Mary Poppins, chim chim chiroo chiroo, okay. It is like that. Yeah, this is obviously my working class West London accent, and that's it, okay. So yeah, I mean, one thing the university system taught me, okay, was how to fake it, but it can't change my working class background, okay. And the thing is, working class and being at university is also not easy. I'm talking about this now because I'm about to talk about, because this was advertised in my obviously my university, Kingston, in which, oh look, below in the back, with outstanding facilities, career focused courses and a fantastic student life, Kingston University is a vibrant and exciting place to study. Yeah, really gone down in the UCAS things recently, but anyway. Okay, no, universities are toxic, okay? And the class system makes that a lot more difficult. I was doing a creative writing master's degree, which was... Actually, I was there for 2 years. 1 year I had to defer because my father passed away. And then second year, obviously, I was like pretty much a nuke on the block. And all over again, yeah. And there was this, we all sat round like once a week, took turns discussing each other's work, constructive criticism or character assassinations. Yeah, it was like that. One student came in, okay, really nice guy. He was working class, okay, finished work and straight back and came straight to university. He was writing this fantastic black comedy. It was satirical, it was black comedy about being a working class man in today's society. Where basically being a working class guy is everything's against you, okay. You know, working class men don't go into further education. They're not really pushed into that. He was writing this fantastic story using a working class dialect, basically the world which I know, okay, alright. And then his story was was a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. I want to see it on shelves one day. Then, here we go. Then the privileged female students, okay, the ones who came into universities wearing big pink pussy hats, okay, yeah, those ones, turned around and started screaming about him, about it was sexist, that it was about the patriarchy, yada yada. And I'm like, what the hell do you even know, okay, about this, okay? What do you think? Do you think because he's male, because he's a guy writing about men's issues, okay, working class men's issues, okay? It's all sexist and that kind of stuff. No, it's not. But that was a toxic kind of atmosphere at Kingston University, and I'm truly honest about that. It was hellish. Okay, there is this class system, and essentially, okay, the privileged have got no fucking clue. Okay, I've been running about this another 5 minutes. Now we talk about the book, because this actually connects with the book. Is it the first book in so long that actually writes with a working class accent, with working class issues? I know these streets. I was born in 1979, okay? It's set in 1981. I grew up, okay, around this time period. I know this. This is the world I grew up in, okay? This is the world I grew up in, of parents struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, of a Tory government, how a royal wedding can kind of like try to deflect from the real issues going on in today's society. I remember the Broadwater Farm riots, okay? I remember the race riots quite well, okay? You know, I was quite young. I do remember it really well, okay? This captures everything important about those times, and it's all done through the eyes of a 9-year-old boy called Leon, okay? So let me just, this bit here, okay? Leon he's 9 years old, lives with his mum and his baby brother, Jake. His mum has some psychiatric issues, and this book throws you straight into it about the neglect he faces. But obviously, be 9 years old, we as the adults, we see it differently to what he's seeing, okay? This is page 23. It throws you straight in. Jake isn't even wearing a nappy anymore because it smelled terrible. All the new nappies have gone. He had to sit Jake on a towel in his basket and put some toys in with him, but he can't get out now. But so he can get out now and roll all over the place. And looking after Jake is getting too much hard. And they're both hungry all the time. Jake has been crying all morning and Carol won't do anything. Every morning, Leona has to go and get Jake and pick him up and move him around a bit until he stops crying. The way his mum is behaving, you would think she was deaf. Leon has shaken her and has begged her and has pulled out her arms, but nothing happens. Even though she's awake, she won't talk or eat and she won't get up. That was yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and now today. Leon has got to do something. Mum, Carol turns her head to the wall. I'm hungry, Mum. He realises that the whole room smells like Jake's nappy and that the mum has wet the bed again. He opens the window, but it's only a little crack in case Carol gets cold. He cares about his mother desperately, because she's all that he has in the world. Jake and Leon have different fathers, and Leon's actually biracial, and it really kind of shows the neglect and the deprivation he's dealing with, and this is so real, okay? Further along, Jake's been taken into care. Jake and Leon have been taken into care, and this gem shows up. This gem happens. Because Jake is being adopted out and Leon isn't. Because obviously being a biracial kid in the 80s, at the age of 9, everyone wants babies, and Jake's going. We can say goodbye to Jake, then you and me can have a good cry. I'll cry if we want. She's very hot. Leon tries to sit up. He wants to ask a question, and it's the same question that he tried to ask Salma 3 or 4 times. But he knows that he's asked a question and he gets the answer, that everything's going to be worse. But now, because these people are coming for Jake, Leon knows he's running out of time. Manages to pull back so he can see more in his face. It's all pink and blotchy, and her chest is going up and down. She started crying without him. Am I going with him? Marie doesn't say anything straight away, but she swallows something down. And then when she does start talking, she sounds funny and her bottom lip is wet and loose. No pigeon, no. You stay with your Auntie Maureen. Yeah. Yeah, Jake. So Leon has to say goodbye to his brother, who won't remember him. That's the thing. Families get separated, and obviously people want the babies. It's heartbreaking. This book is not that long, actually. It's 260 odd pages, and this broke me because I remember this so well. This is so realistic. Leon, as he gets older, he's becoming more independent. He's actually gifted a bike, and he goes riding around and explores the allotments near him. Instead of the park, he goes to the allotments, where he meets older male figures who are kind of, I don't want to spoil this, it's not fair, but kind of employ kind of different archetypes. They're all very, very different and diverse, but they do actually keep an eye on Leon. I mean, Leon's at the time where he looks older than what he actually is. He looks more like 12 to 13. And he's getting kind of caught up in the more adult world around him. And obviously, as he's growing up, he's seeing it through his different eyes. And it kind of shows how he wants desperately for his family to get back together and his mum to kind of claim them all again. And it won't happen. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. So Maureen is ill, so she goes in the hospital. And then Leon is kind of fostered onto Sylvia, Maureen's sister. And Sylvia's talking about her friend Jan, about the situation. She never been the same, they told me. She had a sort of stroke and an infection while she was in hospital. Plus pneumonia. Looks bloody awful, but she's lost a lot of weight. While she's been in, I want her to come to me when she comes out so I can look after her and keep her hands off the cakes. She's not having to pray the foster kids trampling through her life neither. If I have anything to do with it. I'm going to see to that first of all. She's given it up. She can't get back on her feet and put herself first. 22 years she's been doing it, and social services have all taken her for granted. Taking the piss they have. They're just giving her the worst kids with the most problems. Maybe when she was young she was alright now. So it was alright, but not now, it's done her in. Now the thing is, Sylvia is actually really, really fair and really typical kind of, because obviously Leon's been fostered onto her. But at the same time, he does care, but they do care about each other, okay? But at the same time, you can't ignore the fact that Leon is a troubled child. He is engaged in acts of petty theft. He's not doing well at school. He's just away with it. And the thing is, at the time, there'd be no one to help him. That was the thing. The only people he has are people around him. And his mother does appear at certain points, but I don't want to spoil that. So, I loved this book. I absolutely love this book. It really kind of captures what it felt like growing up in the 1980s. I don't want to go too much detail. It wasn't a particularly great time. So, but hey, thanks to Kingston University, did something good for me. Putting this book out there. But I do recommend this book just to kind of capture a moment in time at which is no longer is mercifully moved on from that, and just it was just so nice to read a book by a working class writer in a working class accent that captures the reality of the situation. It really, really annoys me now that so many other writers who write, turn us into caricatures and stereotypes when we're more than that. Leon is more than that. So, yeah, I generally did enjoy this book and I really, really do recommend it. So, anyway, YouTubers, thanks for letting me talk. If I've set me rant, please follow 100 books sign off here. And bye now.